Rayllum shippers, how are y'all doing? I just saw the video that the Dragon Princess account uploaded and it was so funny. And I mean, it was to me. I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely think this is a joke. It's a red herring and it was actually so hilarious, especially with the nod to the artists who draw their ships. Y'all are doing heavenly work, okay? Thank you for your service. Keep doing what you're doing. We all love it. But seriously, I think this is a red herring. I don't think they would actually abandon this ship. But I am the girl who said this. Rayllum has just kind of soured for me a little bit. And, I'm allowed to change my mind in the future if there's a strong comeback. But at this point, I'm just not very attached to the ship. And I'd honestly be okay if it sank. That is also life. Not every ship is a forever ship. Now, I entirely stand by that. In fact, I would like to see it done because I think a lot of people forget, which is fair because we are watching fiction. This is a fantasy, but I do think a lot of people forget that Callum and Rayla are actually teenagers with a whole life ahead of them. And it's not even just that. They meet under high stress, and of course, the impact that they had on each other cannot be understated because they met and their lives changed forever. But Callum and Rayla, as a ship, you cannot forget, they literally started dating within a month of meeting each other. A month, right? So Harold is killed on the night of the full moon, and a single lunar cycle later, they're battling at the storm spire. And I think there's some room for error here, but I think the events of Through the Moon happen immediately after because Lujane tells them that they need to return Fifi's ghost feather to the moon nexus by the time of the upcoming new moon. So, presumably, the battle at the Storm Spire just ended, and about 13 to 15 days later, they're at the moon nexus, and in that graphic novel, Rayla leaves on that cycle's full moon. So, in total, Callum and Rayla know and date each other only for about 2 months, give or take a few days. So, to me, the longer that I look at this ship, it doesn't have the strongest foundation to stand on to begin with. But do check out that video for other things that happen in the graphic novel that make me hesitant to make this ship my endgame. But anyway, if we just look at the context of this promotional video, the not very subtle implication is that Rayllum is the ship that is frozen. And I think with the implication of something being frozen, there's also the possibility of it being thawed. So while the Rayllum ship has been cold, it can begin to warm again, and maybe arguably we did see some of that in season 5, but in this clip we are to assume that Callum is also talking about a very literal ship in the frozen sea. And as we see in the trailers, that ship has also suffered some damage. So we see it torn at the top and then we see it catching fire. So that very literal ship is not going to take sail anytime soon or probably ever. So if that very literal ship and the Rayllum ship are being used interchangeably, what does that say for the future of their relationship? I think that's a valid question. Now, like I said, I think this could be a red herring. It's just for a little giggle and it worked on me. I laughed, but I don't know that they would actually end it permanently, although I am of the opinion that it would be fan service. Like, it's for the fans because why else would it continue? Because again, when I look at it objectively, or I'm not even going to say that it's objective because my own thoughts and opinions are embedded here, but I think it makes sense for it to end. Let it sink. Not every ship is a forever ship. It was good while it lasted, but then things got hard and it didn't weather the storm. That's life. And again, I'm all for this because tell me that we as a collective don't have this unrealistic expectation of what it means to be in a relationship because of the depictions that we see in media. A lot of us learn that a relationship is worth staying in because there was this beautiful spark that started it all. And I know this is getting real, but I do think these things that we watch impact us, especially as children. So I would like some real depictions of these things and how some relationships burn bright, but they also burn quickly, or they just fizzle out over time. So yeah, this promo could be a joke, and I think it is, but I'm genuinely okay if it's not. But These are all just my thoughts. Feel free to share yours in the wicked depths below. What are your thoughts on Rayllum? What do you hope will be their endgame and why? Do remember to be kind while you're at it. Hit the pretty like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to be a part of this beautiful moon nexus. And hit the bell if you want to be notified whenever the stars align. But until then, Tenebras post Lux.